Hello, welcome to the WyOpen. This tournament is a 3-round tournament up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's 3 of the best courses that Wyoming has to offer in Cheyenne, of course. It's going to be round 1 at Romero, which is what we're going to be covering for this first round. It's going to be Joe Rovere, the beast of Colorado. He's been doing this thing for a long time and definitely has the rating to show it off. I think he's like 10-20 or something right now, so he's definitely one of the favorites coming into this tournament.
Well, and just so all the people know, it's Maverick, Robertson, and Josiah Griffin doing commentary as well.
You know it.
And next up on the box, we got Coda Turner, which is the local legend out here in Cheyenne. And the dude's been playing awesome this year.
Yes,
so
he has. He's been having a good year.
Got yourself out here looking good in that flower shirt.
Always. I love them flowers.
Slapping big old putts.
I just like to be loud and bright. The mentality is, if I'm not playing good, at least I'm looking good.
Then we got me.
Yeah.
This may be the one and only time you see us on this tournament coverage.
Yeah.
But
no spoilers, but yeah. We're definitely here on round 1.
And we'll
on
be
the feature
talking
card
the whole time.
Yeah.
So we got hole 1, which is just a nice little forehand shot with some OB directly behind the basket. So it's kind of either you park this hole or you par this hole.
Yeah,
is the way I see it.
Yeah, not too much OB out on this course, but there's maybe 4 or 5 holes where it comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe's got the box, little putter turnover. It's either a little forehand with a mid or something like that, or a putter. Oh, he goes a little long.
So he just kind of punched that dead straight, which is not a bad shot. He's going to have an easy 3.
Mm-hmm. And Coda's going to go with the little Justice sidearm, which is my preferred play as well. Kind of inside.
And he's testing that OB on the right.
Yeah, there's a weird little pond right there that's maybe like 10 feet wide that they just paint a circle around just because it's kind of a little sloppy pit and don't want anybody going there.
You're going Justice as well?
Yeah, and I'm aiming at that tree, and I hit that tree. That's the one I'm aiming at and trying to break right in front, but
it's not a bad spot. It gives you that open look.
Yeah, death putt though.
Death putt. I'm going with the pier, just taking it a little bit wide. Gonna have a putt, but
yeah, those are like 35, 40-foot putts right at OB.
When this OB is 3 to 4 feet right behind the basket, so you give it a nice bid there. That looked good.
I like that putt. I was a little scared of that water though.
Coda looked to be safe right there. Didn't quite get down in that little ditch. He's gonna have a look maybe through this tree.
I have no idea what hole he's aiming through right there, but he got most of the way through it.
I'm looking to give this a bid, but also not wanting to go OB.
Oh,
and
it looks like you hit the inside of the cage right there too on the way out. That was a pretty good putt.
And I'm kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
Joe takes his easy par.
Easy 3.
It's like, make sure you get on the pole, and that's coming out.
We have this little game going where the person who gets the worst luck from good putts is going to be making money from everyone else on the card.
Yeah.
And it's a fun game for Joe because
it seems
definitely
like Joe's game.
Seems like he tries to miss those putts. He just punches them in there, and to me, I think he's trying to miss. But
no,
everybody taking a par on this hole, which isn't out of the ordinary.
Well, you'd like to get this hole, but that's all right. We're all even. No harm done. So on to hole 2. It's going to be 342. Pretty challenging hole for this course. A lot of birdie or die holes on this course, but hole 2 is definitely a bonus. It's just a real blind shot, and there's OB on the right that comes into play.
Yeah, definitely one of the tougher holes on the course, but also one of the more exciting holes as well. Yeah. Joe going with a massive thumber.
Yeah, that is a big thumber.
And I'm pretty sure he thought this went OB, but
it tried.
It did.
It was curling a little bit, but
it's not a bad spot to be though.
Yeah.
If you're anywhere inside of 50, 60 feet on this hole, that's not too bad.
Coda's going Big Annie with the primal origin.
He just clips that first tree there, kind of made the disc come out a little faster.
Yeah, it's pretty far from the basket still. I think this is either CD2 or Essence. I don't quite remember, but I'm going to try and follow Coda's line right here.
Yeah. It looks like a really good shot, too.
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
Just clip that last tree. That was going to be right in the circle,
Yeah, I was going to be right on it, but I still should be 35, 40.
I'm going with a similar line with a culverin, just trying to get it through. But it's always these trees right here that just knock it down.
It's just such a blind shot. You don't really know where your disc is at until you walk across the bridge and check it out.
Coda with a big bid here. Looking to play.
Oh, wow.
in.
Oh, it was like an 80-foot prayer right there. He almost cashed that. That was a good try.
And this is just kind of a try and maybe give it a little bit of a bid, but I'm not mad at a par on this
Yeah,
hole.
par's pretty good.
Joe's looking to make this.
He's
putt.
a little obstructed. Oh,
He made it.
oh, he likes it. He liked it. He thought that was the one. That's all right.
One of these days, Joe.
I know. Probably on this round.
And you with a nice putt.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful two.
That's how we get it going.
Definitely a stroke on the field. I'd say one of maybe 2 or 3 birdies on the day on that hole.
Yeah, I'm happy to get that one.
There are some good lefty players out here, too, that can get this wide open hyzer. Talking to you, Jacob.
Yeah. This
Everyone
course
else
is
just tapping in their pars.
for the pro field. I think we're all kind of gunning for like 8 down or better at least. This is a pretty easy course for the pro field, and especially in the non-existent wind that was this Saturday for both Dry Creek and Romero that we play.
Which is rare out here. I mean, we come out here to play in the wind.
Yeah.
And when it's just dead calm, it's hard to know what to do.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it makes you like stress that you have to shred, especially on this course. If it's windy, you're like, all right, a couple under's good, but no wind, you're trying to push towards double digits.
So hole 3, there's a few different ways to attack this hole. The main one being the forehand straight up the middle there.
It's kind of like hole 1 if you could throw like a sidearm, which I could barely do, but I try. But there are some local lines that we'll probably see some from somebody.
And that's just a nice forehand out there. Looks like a little bit long.
Yeah, that's a little long.
I have a feeling you're going to make that putt.
We'll see. If it looks anything like hole 2's putt, it should be all right.
Joe's looking to take the same line.
He goes Firebird. That thing, I think that's a really stable
He
Firebird.
just kind of popped it up. He didn't really try to get the distance.
Yeah.
He just threw it up in the air.
Oh, and here's that local line.
So I think this is, personally for me, and Coda as well, this is the line. I don't really trust the forehand as much as I should, probably, but
Coda goes Justice, just hangs it up there.
the OB is way right. So, I mean, unless you just absolutely shank this hyzer, there's not really a possibility of it going OB. You kind of just want to land in that opening. I'm playing the same play as Coda.
Like Coda and you kind of both just crash those trees, and it ends up to be like 15 feet from the basket.
Right.
Pretty much parked. I got like another 30-foot circle's edge kind of look. See if I can get something rolling here.
How about another one? How about you just give it to him?
That'd be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Just
just a
dump
great
it in
start.
there. Just dump it in there.
Can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I mean, these holes you want to birdie everything, but especially the last hole, too, to get both of these back-to-back is really good.
You got a little obstruction, but that's a good putt.
I mean, I feel like anywhere in there you should be able to find your way, even if these trees are kind of blocking it. You really don't want to let this hole go. You got to get this one. This is definitely a must birdie right here.
I like Joe just staring down that 9-footer. Stare it
Joe's
down.
trying to get these points. I'm telling you, man.
He loves that nose down putt that somehow explodes upwards into the basket. It is pretty interesting to watch, but I mean, he's been doing it for so long and it's been proven for him. So
bunch of easy birdies there.
yeah, good star frame there.
You had a little bit more of a tester putt, but
Yeah,
that's not a problem.
yeah, that's a good star frame. That's probably what we should have done on hole 1. But
I think that's what we're expecting on every hole out here.
Yeah.
But this hole is a little different. This hole is 350 feet. Definitely plays a lot further. But you're throwing into this straight up just pile of bush, and you can't see the pin.
yeah,
So you're kind of guesstimating where you're going to throw.
I'm
But
classifying this one as a bonus birdie, and that 350
For sure.
number is not accurate. I think it plays about 4.
definitely plays about 400, and if you're not within 20 feet of the basket, you will not have a very good look.
Like that, if it's a foot higher, it's over the basket long. But I crash into the bushes and hopefully have a putt. It's just hard to stick this green. Let's see what Joe does. Maybe he tries to go higher or something to attack it. Probably a destroyer. Oh,
He just
hyzer.
puts too much hyzer on
Yeah.
that. He's trying to go into the bush,
that
the tree
early
on the
tree.
left.
Yeah, that's an early tree.
And there is a position over there, but it is so thick and overgrown. I don't think they.
Yeah, that
wanna
tree is
try it.
grown into that pin placement.
Coda with a nice pump out there. Is that a Enigma? I want to say.
I think it's Enigma or D3. It's one or the other.
That was a great looking shot. I'm going with the VIPX King.
I like how you throw this disc.
It's This
I mean,
is
it looks
very,
pretty good.
Very short.
Wow.
Very minimal power.
Oh, it's so
put into
short.
that.
That's like 100 short.
The effort was not my finest.
Oh, yeah. You got a little scramble shot here.
This is kind of been my year. Just get up and down.
You've been getting really good at that shot this year, though. That little pitch up forehand on Annie.
It's definitely saved my life.
Yeah,
times.
that's a good spot. Right?
Joe almost making it from over there.
You know, Joe's trying to make it from anywhere.
And, let me tell you, he could not see the basket from there at all.
Wow.
Coda with a sick two. That is amazing.
That's a great putt. All Annie the whole way. He found that there's a little backdoor slot right there. Like, I'm in the shorter.
I have one too.
Yeah, and there's like two pathways.
Well, and this is another one of those holes, just like hole 2. It's just a bonus birdie.
Yes.
You know, there's not going to be very many on it.
Like, even 15 footers, like your par saver, obstructed.
Yeah, that definitely took a lot more than 3 seconds to find my spot to putt that in. But just a few tap in pars. Coda with a sweet
Great
birdie.
Has a great birdie.
That was huge.
So me and Coda at 2 down, and Joe and Joe. Joe.
All right, moving on to hole 5, 288 feet. This is it's in a different position than we normally play out here. Just a little further right. You're usually going to play your same shot. It's just a big backhand hyzer.
Yeah, I've never played this position, and I've played this course a good amount of times, but I haven't played the right side position.
When here's Coda throwing his splice that he actually aced this hole with.
Yep,
a couple months back.
He has the first ever splice ace, and I believe I have the second. So we like the splices; they're a great disc.
You're going splice as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the same shot. I like Coda's line, and I'm gonna try and do the same thing. But I gotta bust that
Taking
thing. It's
it a
so
little
stable.
bit tight, but it's looking like it's gonna be just fine.
A little short, but it crept up there a little bit. It should be okay.
And see, I think Joe's throwing. I want to say this is a Rock X3, but it's definitely a mid-range.
Rock 3 or a Rock X3? I'm not quite sure.
But I think the mid-range is definitely the play here. Just a little more controlled shot.
Yeah, get a more, wow.
That's perfect.
That trickled right to the basket right there. That was a great shot.
I'll be following Joe. My disc might be a little more overstable.
I think they're pretty close.
Could be pretty similar. It's Lucid X Verdict. Pretty much
That
exactly what I wanted there.
Yeah.
This is just get up there, get past this marsh. There's a lot of marsh before the basket that you do not want to land in.
I got 20 feet. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Easy clap
Good
there.
putting to start this round. I'm satisfied. And we're looking at a pretty good chance at a star frame here.
Probably another...
It just kind of... Did it lift? It kind of lifted on its way into the basket.
It looked like he just might have rushed it a little bit.
Yeah. That's all right.
Me and Joe we're all gonna take some 2s here. Could have definitely been a star frame.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Coda's still got a lot of golf to play, and he's determined. So.
And he's very good at these courses up here.
No doubt.
So I go to 3. Everybody else is at 2. I love these profile pictures. They're gorgeous. They all got a little something going on, like you behind Joe and Joe behind you. That's so funny.
We have a good time.
Yeah,
we
were having a good time out there.
Mr. Rovere is, if you haven't played with him or don't know him, he's one of the coolest guys. Maybe one of the best players in the state.
He's in a more relaxed mind frame as of lately, and I think he's having a lot more fun out on the course.
Oh, yeah.
Still real competitive, but hole 6 here, one of the more challenging holes on the course. I don't know how to throw it, so I just heave a thumber at it, and it comes out real early. And I find the road upright. I don't know how. I don't know why.
So there's a few different plays you can do on this. I think
a sidearm.
The sidearm is 100% the play. Joe with a massive thumber, though.
That looks good.
But I think that's going long. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thumber will typically roll on this hillside, and it never rolls to the basket. It's not going to roll uphill, but you should have an outside look at it.
And I'm trying to go understable around it, and
That's escape? Is that an
yeah,
escape?
this hole is just a little bit scary. I think my play would more be the hyzer up top over there. Coda throwing this hole how it should be thrown.
Yeah.
He just overturns it a little bit, it looks like. And I think
He's deep in the reeds.
Yeah, he caught those reeds. So he should be have a long look.
What the That's such a weird looking throw right there.
I had to pitch up. It looks like you just pitched up over there.
If you looked on the right side of the screen, my disc just flopped out. I thought it was my turn to go, and I didn't properly communicate, so that's my bad.
Joe more or less just kind of pitching that up. Wanted to give it a little bit of a bid, but I think he's just trying to get off this hole, as we all are. And
Yeah.
Coda's looking at a 2 here. It's just a pretty guarded.
That's very
from where he
uphill
was.
putt from down there.
And from in those reeds that are just as tall as him.
Oh, you got a dainty little stance here. Bang. Nice.
That's
It's a good par putt.
fortunate par. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah,
Especially with
I was getting a little grief from those guys for freaking putting out a turn. That's my bad. You stroke me whenever you want.
I don't think anyone even really noticed.
I was flustered by the OB throw. I'm like, how do you go OB? My bad.
I've never taken the lonely bogey on this hole. Which
back of the box for me.
isn't, it's not a bad hole to bogey.
Yes, it is.
I've
Any
seen
hole
plenty.
on this course is a bad hole to bogey. All right.
I'd say that one is one you could let go though.
There was no wind.
Well, you threw a terrible shot.
I will come back and birdie that hole the next time I play it, I swear.
All right, moving on. Moving on. Hole 7. We're shooting downhill from the asphalt. There's a couple different positions. This is the tucked in between those 2 trees down there. Joe's gonna show us right.
I think that's a gator he's throwing right there. And that's his baby. Oh, he
Kind of gave
scares
it a little
it.
bit
Yeah,
of a
he
bid
scares
there.
the chains right there.
And he hit that gap perfectly. You just want to land right in between those 2 trees.
It's so it's like a 5-foot gap, but you hit it on that hyzer shot more often than not. I like this hole.
I took mine a little bit wide. I think you need to take it a little tighter.
You're a little pinned up behind that tree, but hopefully you got to look somewhere. Coda going justice.
That's a nice looking shot as well. He's looking a little wide, but he's going to get that skip around.
Nice. Kind of
just
scoots
rolls
around the backside. Nice.
Yeah, that's perfect. You're going justice as well, I believe.
Yeah, me and Coda play a similar game.
She's stable.
Yeah, that thing's beef.
Skip right on through there.
Yeah.
And that's just fine.
Yeah, it hits the little gap, so that should be pretty routine. Coda has a little straddle putt here.
Looking like he's going to bang this one. I think he's looking for that.
Yeah,
and yes, he
that's
does.
a great putt. That was a nice committed putt right there.
This was a very challenging spot.
It's like the 3rd time you've putted like this.
It's just
Like stretching out. Wow. That's a great putt. It goes branch, cage, and then in. That was a good
it
putt.
was one of those putts where you just have to kind of poke and pray as hard as you can through it.
Just believe. You gotta believe.
This is looking like it should be pretty easy for you.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
That was so ugly.
Oh, yeah. I see it, too. That's all I see.
That was
Next
ugly.
hole. We were joking about it, and we're like, no pictures on the scorecard, but there's a freaking video camera there.
Well, Joe's a little upset there. I think he was looking for a spit out.
He saw how bad mine was. So we all birdie that hole. That's a good start for him to get.
Yeah,
We love those dump hyzers.
Well, and it's one of those holes that, like, kind of that spot where I'm at. Most of the time, you're not going to get through those trees.
No.
I got very lucky. Moving on to a hole that I think you should definitely get, but it's not 296 feet.
Well, it might be
It
like
might be,
as
but-
the crow flies, but it is a good 50 to 60 feet uphill.
I just know for sure that I don't throw distance drivers on 300-foot holes, and I am for sure doing that. And
Yeah.
Joe seems to be throwing at least a
Hates
fairway. Doesn't like it at all.
I think it was a PD. So like a hybrid kind of disc. But yeah, I see your play here with just full distance driver, and I'm sick of trying to finesse this hole with like a fairway driver or something. I just want to rip something into the hillside just like that.
Well, when you think the shot's going to be good and it comes up short.
And it just comes up 40 short, 50 short.
Coda going with an awesome die right there on this instinct.
Yeah, the spin die, that's sweet.
I think he's going to throw this hole really well. You can just kind of tell from the language. And it's coming
Coda's
out a little
power,
early,
his power has definitely increased this year. This guy's throwing pretty far. We used to be pretty similar, but I think he's got me by like 50 feet now. So he's been
That's a great
smacking
shot
on
up
the
there,
disc.
too. He's got a circle's edge look just from
Yeah,
left of
pin
the
high.
basket. And you are hyzering out a little early, it looks like. Kind of a similar spot as me.
I thought it was okay, and then when it landed, it just was not okay. So I got like, what, 50 footer uphill?
Man, it looks shorter on camera.
I know. It felt like a mile, though, I swear.
Just tagging a little bit of the top of the basket. And that'll be a fine 3.
It does look like a 20-footer from this camera angle, but it is not.
I think it's definitely in our range, but
For sure. Man, that putt looked so good the whole way.
maybe it's a lack of wind. I don't know what it is, but
Usually, like, this hole and a couple others that are just on the hillside all exposed like that, they'll wreck you in the wind. But right now, it just feels like we should be making every putt we're looking at. Joe didn't really pop it like he wanted to.
he's
all right.
not happy right now.
Let's see if Coda can get one on the card right here. This would be a good birdie.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Yeah.
How about it, Coda? Yes,
Oh,
sir.
perfect. Like, he, like, slowed down his spin putt. He used to jam that spin putt, but, like, today it was real soft and kind of measured. I really like how it's looking.
And Joe is not stoked, but yet he still has a great smile on his face and an awesome dude to play with. But we expect him to be birdieing everything.
Every hole. I tried to hit him with the pump fake right there. I don't know why.
You'll never get me. All right. Well, Coda with
good
the
birdie for
sweet
Coda.
lonely birdie on that hole. Again, he's taking advantage of having this as kind of his home kind of course,
Yes.
and he's showing us how it's done right now.
Hole 10, little dinker downhill.
Hole 9.
Hole 9, excuse me. It was zooming in right on it. My bad. Hole 9, little dinker downhill. There's 2 positions on this hole. This one's the lower down in the pit hole, right under this tree right here. Pretty soft little hyzer. Probably a tactic from Coda right here. Just kind of loft it down the hill. And that looks pretty good. That doesn't look too far from the basket. This play surprised me. Joe throws a sidearm and just hangs it out there. I was surprised he didn't throw the backhand because I think
went a
that's the
little long
preferred
there.
play. Yeah,
It's
that's
not-
probably circle's edge.
I mean, that's in his range, but it's not what he's looking for. He wants to be able to get this birdie.
I mean, that's a nice looking pure shot, but just a little too much glide on that disc.
it's just so easy to go long on this hole.
Yeah.
It's also easy to go short on it sometimes.
Yeah. I go tactic as well. Just kind of hanging out there. I don't like it.
You flashed this.
Well, I
this short
freaking...
position
Yeah, I
for
aced the other
position.
spot pretty much, but that's a little long, maybe like 25 feet. See what we can
Yeah,
do.
we're all looking at some circle's edge tester putts here.
Oh, that putt looked good.
See, Joe's the kind of guy who you never really see him miss those kinds of putts.
No. You expect him to make them, but not every time. Oh!
There's one, Joe. I turned around. I was not so super stoked, but that's how you make money from Joe Rovere right there.
Yeah, you earned your dollar on that one right there.
Dollar well earned.
Jeez.
You kind of looked like you were almost bouncing back.
Now
That
it's
was a-
perfect.
that was a
Now
good
it's a
putt.
perfect putt. Yours was sad, though. That was a bummer. That was such a good putt, and it just, like, rolled off the pole.
Well, that's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
Perfect putts aren't always perfect.
That
Coda, that's a bummer.
That's a surprising miss. We were just saying how good he was putting. I was surprised to see that, honestly.
Well, he's still got plenty of time. He's missed a few, but
We're
he's
still on the
also
front.
playing super solid still.
I mean, he's had a putt on almost every hole.
And we're just all gonna tap in, besides yourself, with a lonely birdie out there.
I got
Surprisingly.
a stroke on the card on this hole. Let's go. Yeah, I
And,
wasn't expecting that.
Well, that's gonna do it for the front 9. We got Joe at 3 down, Coda at 4 down, yourself at 4 down, and I am at 3 down with Joe.
Pretty tight competition, but I think we all kind of want a couple more birdies out there. Maybe push towards double digits on that backside.
For sure.
But,
Definitely not stoked with the start so far, but
We'll see what we can do.
we'll see you all in the back 9. And thanks for watching.